Hello, my gorgeous listeners. Welcome to Mahadasha Concepts Part 2. It's amazing how gorgeous each one of you really is, and I'm trying to uncover that step by step, piece by piece, so that you can live your life to the fullest. Isn't it? That's the final objective. If you're not happy day to day, what's the point of this whole thing? Isn't it? It's just drab knowledge that doesn't work, at least in my opinion. Anyway, back to this is the second part. The 9 Mahadasha periods and their years. This is a complete list of Mahadashas. Now, all this is curated from my notes of 2 Vedic astrology courses. I've put this in the playlist for the YouTube guys in the Mahadasha. You can find all of this stuff there. For my listeners on Spotify and Apple, welcome. I hope you're doing well, whatever it is that you're doing today. Okay, first, let's start from Ketu. The Ketu Mahadasha runs for 7 years. So if your moon Nakshatra is in Ketu, let's say Ashwini, Magha or Mula, you will begin with this. The core nature of Ketu is withdrawal, detachment. So the Ketu Nakshatra people are essentially withdrawn. So if Ketu Mahadasha kicks in, it will create detachment from whatever house it is sitting in. It will start that. Also, by the way, it will kickstart the 12th house from Ketu is his favorite, so to speak. So it will do that as well. And it will activate all the nakshatras within Ketu. And it will activate whatever Ketu is looking at, the 5th and 9th aspect as well. And whatever is conjuncted with. The chakra it will activate is Agnya Chakra, your third eye, which essentially means you should tune into the third eye and meditate a ton of it in this 7 years. That's where you will get your guidance from. Ketu will not give you anything in the physical realm. It is not interested in materialism. Next, followed by Venus for 20 years. This is the biggest Mahadasha. So it will give you everything in terms of love, in terms of creativity, in terms of art, in terms of desire, all themes related to spouse, wealth, and everything Venus, isn't it? The chakra is sacral chakra, so which has got everything to do with Swadhisthana, as they call it, creativity, the water element. Venus is also a water element, so everything you will enjoy in terms of bhoga, what they call in Sanskrit, or everything to do with enjoyment of physical material realm. Also, it will activate all the Venus nakshatras, which are what? Starting from Bharani, going to Purva Falguni, going to Purvashada. Also, it will activate, if it's aspected by Jupiter, Ketu and Rahu, it will activate those as well. Next comes the Sun. So Sun Mahadasha runs for 6 years, and it is everything to do with authority, ego and purpose. The soul is the Sun, but when it's embodied, it becomes the embodied structure of ego. So the solar plexus, the 5th house chakra is activated. So all issues you might have related to solar plexus or tummy issues, for example. The best theme to remember for all Mahadashas is try to learn from what the main ruler of Mahadasha is trying to teach you. Sun, in this case, keep your ego in a box, lock it up and put it in a cupboard somewhere. Ego is not going to help you in this period. You got to humble yourself and do whatever comes across. You have to be the servant. You have to be like Saturn. Next comes Moon Mahadasha, which is for a period of 10 years. And it's all about emotion, nourishment, home, homeland, and the heart chakra. That's what it will activate. So after solar plexus chakra, next comes the period of heart chakra. Going forward, we get the Mars Mahadasha, which is for a period of 7 years, which is all about action, courage, conflict, land-related issues, aggression. It goes to the root chakra of security, like Scorpio. Okay? Your security issues. Where will I get my next paycheck from? for example. And you become guardian of that, you become protector of that. Mars is a guardian. Then comes the Rahu Mahadasha, the craziest of them all in my practical experience. 18 years of non-stop nonsense. Obsession, illusion, future karma. So Rahu teaches you what it is like to live within blackness, within confusion. So the crown becomes distorted. You can't discover anything within Rahu except roam around in a whole lot of darkness, because there are too many concepts coming in. There is no logic to it. You try to figure out, but your head's in a blackness of space. Rahu is black in color. After that, the relief comes with Jupiter Mahadasha. He will relieve you of all this pain of Rahu. That's for 16 years. However, it provides wisdom, dharma, and blessings. This is the purity of the crown. After the muck of Rahu comes the clarity of Jupiter for a period of 16 years. However, it activates the Jupiter Nakshatra, which are quite harsh. Punarvasu, Vishakha, and Purva Bhadrapada, quite harsh actually. So it brings across to you all kinds of learning lessons. Jupiter is wisdom, but where are you going to get that wisdom from? It is from quietly stepping away from all the noise of the civilization, tuning in, probably doing mantras, probably doing meditation, probably doing japas, probably, tuning into your Isht Devata or your God or spirit or whatever you want to call it. You have to humble yourself in Jupiter and become the learner like Mercury. Alright? Next, after Jupiter Mahadasha comes Saturn Mahadasha, which is for a period of 19 years. This is another crazy ass system, which gives you only karma, discipline, and delay, which makes you slog like a donkey. Seriously, I'm in one, ask me. So, Saturn is all about work. So think your career, your great career, whatever you're aspiring for. So it will make your life focused on that house, wherever Saturn is sitting in, that house gets activated. So does the Saturn nakshatras, which are actually the most beneficial. Pushya Nakshatra, Anuradha Nakshatra, and Uttar Bhadrapada. It takes cycles of it. And it also affects the root chakra, which is the previous root chakra. The previous one was Mars, isn't it? Look at it above. So does Saturn. Everything to do with your physical reality in grounding in this earth plane. The ruler is Saturn. Saturn is the karaka of everything that happens here. Unfolding of our karma is Saturn. So these 19 years will show where you have to work, how you have to work, according to whatever else is placed in your chart. Next, last comes Mercury, period of 17 years. A lot of yammering going on here. Mercury is a yammer, talks incessantly, isn't it? Mercury is the talkative guy, is a vocal communication guy. It's learning, it's adaptability, it's everything to do with kids. Mercury is a karaka of kids. It stands for the throat chakra, obviously, because it's a talkative guy. So think of Mercury like this. Mercury Mahadasha will make you talk non-stop for 17 years. It's a lot of talking. And wherever Mercury is sitting in, it'll activate those. And whatever nakshatras and planets sitting in those nakshatras in different houses, for example, Ashlesha, Jyeshtha or Revati, wherever those are sitting, it'll activate those. Also, whatever conjuncted with Mercury, remember I spoke of this in my shorts as well. Mercury is a big copycat. It just learns to copy stuff. So that's what Mercury will do. I spent quite a lot of time on this particular slide, isn't it? And my OBS is beginning to hang, so I'll see you in the next. Be awesome today.